people recognize that we have so much history here in every different shape, form, and size. And I think it's more the nightlife also that people have been attracted to, the discotheques that we've had here that influence nightclubs all around the world and each other here. And it's so big, millions of people, this bigger than countries. You know, we've probably got, I don't know, 8 million people here. I think what makes New York so special is that with the history of dance music and the way it's become today, it's probably because it's probably the most important city in the world.
We lost inside an exhibition of sound. And wherever we dance, it's considered sacred ground. On this magical journey, not far from redemption. The struggle is deep, but inside the soul awaits.
It's home. You know, whenever I go there, I feel this is where I connected with what I'm doing right now.
It's just a great place for music and art and fashion to sort of come together and create something special.
Nueva York para nosotros es como es nuestra casa.
New York is different than any other city in America. New York isn't a city, really. New York is a country.
I mean, when you're a New Yorker, you're a New Yorker, you know? I mean, there's no other city that compare.
And it's just amazing. I love playing in New York.
This is where we're born and raised. This is where our roots are. This is what made us.
This is it. New York is it.
Nuestro primer contacto realmente de trabajo en Nueva York fue la invitación que nos hizo Dani Tenaglia, que ha sido nuestro mentor, ha sido la persona que más nos ha influenciado en nuestra carrera.
It's very memorable. I completely remember, well, first, if I met them before, this is the moment that was the most important because I wanted to meet them.
I will never forget my first experience with Chus+Ceballos. Never.
I was always a fan of their music, and you know, when we met, we hit it off, and we've been friends ever since.
I was always a big fan of theirs, even before I met them personally.
I'm a fan of them. I know they had known who I was. I didn't know who they were, but now I was already a fan.
Y un día nos llamó a Madrid al estudio y nos dijo: hola, soy Dani, soy la voz.
I'm the voice.
Y quiero invitaros a tocar a mi club en Nueva York, la sesión que hago todos los viernes en el club ARC.
Chus+Ceballos I met through Danny Tenaglia.
And then I meet them in person, and they had like this glow, like they were getting to meet me, somebody they admired, and I was meeting them. It was a mutual thing. I felt how genuine and humble they were.
Tenaglia was really the first person that sort of introduced me to their sound.
The first time I met them, just looking at them, the smiles on their face, I just, they were like two little kids, even though they're grown men. But I'm like, okay, I can't wait to hear them. And just to watch and hear them play, they're having fun, you could feel them, and I feel like they're playing for me.
For a long time, people thought they were from New York because the New York audience had embraced them so much.
Fue un sueño, la verdad.
Nos cambió la vida completamente.
That's really how I first heard them. It was the drums.
La gente de Nueva York vive la música más que en otras ciudades. Y les encanta bailar, les encanta el ritmo.
We love rhythm, and I don't think that Chus+Ceballos are tribal, but most of the records that they have made, created, released from other artists, you could sense the rhythm, the drums, or the foundation, and they always get that right.
New York has always been about drums. At the end of the day, no matter what else is happening or popular, and I think that's why they're so popular here.
There's a lot of drums and a lot of that sound that was, really kind of felt like the energy of New York. It was like New York is connected with that right away.
But their foundations, what attracted me, and I think relates to New York, is the drums and la percussione.
These boys stuck to the same kind of sound, which now is called the Iberican sound. So they introduced a new movement, a new sound, and they stuck to it, and respect to that.
They defined their own sound in New York City. You won't say Chus+Ceballos play tribal, you'd say they play that Iberican sound, which if you asked anybody 10 years ago what that was, nobody would know what that is,
When I think of them, I think of drums.
They got into it and they infected everybody with it, and that's how they developed a fan base, which I think is pretty amazing.
They've defined a whole new genre of, per se, house in New York City.
Their sound is New York.
You're listening to the sounds of Chus+Ceballos in stereo.
Aquí en Nueva York la gente que va a la discoteca va a bailar, va a escuchar al DJ, va a que el DJ le entregue un viaje, ¿no? Tú cuando tienes un público así lo vas todo.
They're very professional and they do a great job. They're very focused on delivering a great show. Each and every show, the amount of care and attention that they put into creating the right environment and working to build an experience for the fans.
They've been a staple in New York, and the events that I throw outside of their events at Pacha have always been some of the biggest I've done. And
I feel like we're sort of partners on the event. Like I want to always come up with ideas to give something fresh for the fans, and they always deliver on their end by putting on, great music.
Number one thing is they're very talented, each individually, and they play well together. But secondly, it's very unusual for good DJ combinations to exist. There's not many. 20 years ago, those Masters at Work, they were big. You had Sasha and Digweed. When they worked together, it was a big deal. Now there's very few.
What they do is, their hearts are in it, and the people respond to them because it's about the music. I don't need to shoot confetti when they DJ. I don't have to. It saves me money.
You give them consistency in your music, in your parties, in your events, they will come and they will support you.
Those guys are amazing. Such a great tag team. They really are. They're such a great tag team. And I think a lot of DJs can learn from them.
So Chus+Ceballos, it just is a good flow. The name sounds good. The two guys have similar, very positive energy, and they play music. They balance each other very well on the musical side.
As they were able to not only play some of the best nightclubs, both straight and gay, because even the gay people have a great appreciation for them. They love them. And it's just wonderful that they have this incredible harmony with different types of people. And as well as they could go on to play festivals, stadiums probably, and yet still do something so intimate like Cielo or, yeah, it's amazing.
It's a no-lose situation, and I don't see any other big DJ teams coming up. They're probably, for now, I'd say the underground clubs that we like, the number one DJ team, probably in the world.
They're a breed of DJ that we don't really see very often anymore.
You know why they're so popular in America and what makes them different? They are party DJs.
Yo creo que el secreto de la popularidad nuestra en Estados Unidos es la conexión que hemos tenido con el público siempre. Hemos intentado o intentamos en cada gig que hacemos, en cada fiesta a la que vamos, el conectar con la gente. Nos gusta sonreír, nos gusta pasarlo bien, nos gusta tener complicidad. Y eso a la gente le gusta mucho. A la gente le gusta ver un artista próximo, le gusta ver a alguien que se lo está pasando bien trabajando. Y eso a la gente le hace feliz. Conseguimos transmitir ese buen rollo que tenemos en la cabina y la gente pues se vuelca con nosotros. Yo creo que esa es una de las claves.
They enjoy playing long sets, and obviously there's two guys, and they really like the chemistry of Chus and Pablo playing together creates a great night of music, and that's not commonplace anymore.
They become popular because they speak to the crowd.
And let the music speak for you. And that's what the music do. It speaks for them. It does. God, I gotta chill.
Hay dos cosas importantes. Hay que trabajar siempre, digamos, fuera de la cabina, ¿no? Cuando estás en el estudio, cuando estás escuchando música, cuando estás seleccionando lo que quieres poner. Pero luego cuando llegas a la sala, cuando llegas a la cabina, tienes que pasártelo bien. Y si te lo pasas bien, la gente se lo pasa bien contigo. Yo creo que ese es uno de los secretos de nuestra popularidad, ¿no?
Sin duda.
Es sencillo, ¿a que sí? Es muy sencillo.
And I think that comes through in the music and how they perform. They really enjoy DJing too. They really enjoy performing. They enjoy being in the environment. They enjoy being around their fans. And I think fans realize that.
When they play, I can feel a smile on my heart. It's like you could feel the beat, you could feel the music, you could feel the energy. And then to watch Chus+Ceballos play, it's like a full circle.
That when they're up there having a great time and they're pumping their fists and they're dancing around, they're enjoying it as much as the fans are enjoying it.
I do. I feel like a kid when they're playing, but a grown kid, a big kid. Yeah.
And they're just great guys.
And I just think they're very special people, and I'm very proud of them.
They're great guys that I love their music.
Pablo and Chus are the best, man. They're hot.
Whew, thank you, Jesus. Or Jesus. Or Pablo.
I know New York loves them.
I love those guys.
Look at the story of Chus+Ceballos and the longevity that they've had. They were around long before any of these big festivals were around. They were around long before EDM was around.
If you light a match, right, it lights up, burns really quickly, and then it's gone. Chus+Ceballos are very much the opposite of that. They're sort of here, they're burning steadily, and they're going to be here for a long time. They're not here today, gone tomorrow. I think that what I like about them is that they're a steady presence here, especially in New York City.
I think really, the sky is the limit for them. They're not, I think a lot of DJs that we see today who are popular right now, we're not gonna know in 2 years. They've been around for so long. You don't get to be where they are for, over 10 years if you're not good.
I think that their success is definitely global.
Para nosotros, lo más importante es no tener éxito como puede ser tener muchos seguidores, muchos followers. Yo creo que el éxito es esa sensación que se te queda cuando haces el trabajo bien hecho. Cuando estás en la cabina ves que la gente se lo ha pasado bien, ves que el trabajo que estás realizando ha llegado a un buen camino, ¿no?
To me, success for an artist and for what we do is creating an environment where an artist can be honest, can express themselves in a very real way, and authenticity, you know, and I think that's what Chus+Ceballos have embodied. That permeates what we do, is to really be authentic and to put music out there that we really truly believe in.
Oh my God, keep it fresh, keep it real. And you know what? You have to change with time. But I do hold on to basic values.
Nosotros como artistas contamos una historia, ¿no? Entonces cuando ves a tu público que está entendiendo lo que tú haces, que la pasión que tienes por la música la ves reflejada en las caras de la gente, eso es impagable. Y eso no es una cuestión ni de dinero, ni de popularidad, ni de fama, ni de followers. Es el amor que tenemos con la música reflejado en la cara del público y ver que la gente se lo está pasando bien. Y ese viaje, esa historia que contamos, ver que la han entendido y lo han disfrutado, eso es impagable. Eso es el éxito para nosotros.
They're going to be more and more relevant, you know, and I think that guys like them, you know, they become important again and again and again because the sound changes, but it always comes back.
And this is what maybe is our purpose, what we were born to do, besides being loving people and recognizing that people in the family, the above is always first, health and happiness. But this is the extension of our lives. And this is what we were put on earth to do, to make people happy. And that's how we get joy. You give, you receive.
And it just touched my soul.
I'd like to say you've been around for 10 years. I hope that I'm going to be around as long and hope to see you again in another 10.
I just, you know, love my job. I love my job, and I love Pablo and Chus.
They're good people. They're good, honest, and they play from the heart, and they love people, and they love to play.
I mean, you guys are just the nicest people.
I just want to wish those guys great success in the future. Happy 10 years here in New York. I love you guys. You guys have, you know, been big supporters of mine, been big supporters of yours, and will continue to do so. And good luck.
Just that I love those guys, you know. I'm happy for their success and all the support that we give them and they've given us back to us. And I wish them many, many more years of success, especially in this market.
This is for the club world. And it's for Chus+Ceballos. In stereo.